Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Monisha.Chandrashekhar, currently pursuing my engineering in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bangalore. My USN is 1VE23CY031. So today is the session which is regarding POP, where you're gonna learn about arrays. So let us begin the session. Introduction. An array is a collection of similar data elements. These data elements have the same data type. Compared to the basic data type, that is integer, float, and character, it is an aggregate or derived data type. The elements of the array are stored in consecutive memory locations. Declaring an array means specifying three things, that is the data type, which is what kind of values it can store, example integer, character, float, and the second thing is name to identify the array, and the third thing is size, the maximum number of values that it can hold. So arrays are declared using the following syntax, that is type, name, square brackets, size, and accessing elements of the array. To access all the elements of the array must use a loop. So loop is very important here so that you can access all the elements of the array. Access all the elements of the array by varying the value of the subscript into the array. Like int I marks 10. For I is equal to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus marks I is equal to -1. This is one of the examples. Next comes calculating the address of array elements. Address of data elements, uh, like here A is the array, K is the index of the element of which we have to calculate the address, BA is the base address of the array A, W is the word size of one element in memory. For example, size of an integer is 2. Store values in the array. Like how does it store values in array? That is, initialize the elements, assign values to the elements, input values to the elements. Initialization of arrays. Arrays are initialized by writing type array is equal to type array underscore name size is equal to list of values that you can give. Next, input values and the assigning values. The examples are given based on the input and the assigning values. You can go through it. Next comes calculating the length of the array, where length is equal to upper bound minus lower bound plus 1, where upper bound is the index of the last element and the lower bound is the index of the first element in the array. Here the lower bound is 0, upper bound is equal to 7. Therefore length is 7 minus 0 plus 1, that is equal to 8. So here they have written a program to read and display n numbers using an array. You can go through the program. Algorithm to insert a new element to the program. Like step 1, you need to set upper bound is equal to upper bound plus 1. Step 2, you need to set a of upper bound is equal to VAL. Step 3, you need to exit. Then the algorithm insert will be declared as insert in brackets a comma n comma pos comma VAL, and the other steps are given. Next, calling insert will lead to the following processing in the array. This is also a program related to the like inserting the element to the given position. The algorithm to delete an element from the end of the array is step 1, set under bound is equal to set under bound is equal to under bound minus 1, and step 2 is exit. Here is the algorithm to delete, delete will be declared as delete. These are some of the program. Next, linear search, like for to search the any elements that you need to follow these steps. Linear search program. Next comes the binary search. BEG is equal to lower bound and end, means the begin is equal to lower bound and the end is equal to the upper bound. Mid is equal to begin plus end divided by 2. If value is less than a mid, then value will be present in the left segment of the array. So the value of the end will be changed as end is equal to mid minus 1. If value is greater than a mid, then value will be present in the right segment of the array. So the value of big in the sense begin will be changed as begin is equal to mid plus 1. Next comes the binary search, like the steps that you need to follow. Another program related to the binary search. Next comes one-dimensional array for inter-function communication. One-dimension array for inter-function communication is divided into passing individual elements and the passing entire array. Passing individual elements is divided into passing individual elements and the passing entire array. Here, some of the examples are given, like passing data values and the passing address. Um, and the passing of the entire two-dimensional arrays. A two-dimensional array is specified using two subscripts where one subscript denotes row and the other denotes column. C looks a two-dimensional array as an array of a two-dimensional array. Next comes a two-dimensional array is declared as, you need to follow this code while you are coding. Therefore, a two-dimensional m into x array is an array that contains m into n data elements, and each element is accessed using two subscripts I and j, where I is less than or equal to m and j is less than or equal to n. Memory representation of the two-dimensional array. There are two ways of storing a two-dimensional array can be stored in a memory. The first way is row major order and the second is column major order. In the row major order, the elements of the first row are stored before the elements of the second and the third row. That is, the elements of the array are stored row by row, where n elements of the first row will occupy the first nth location. However, when we store the elements in the column major order, the elements of the first column are stored before the elements of the second and the third column. That is, the elements of the array are stored columns by column by column, where n elements of the first column will occupy the first nth location. To the program, there are three ways of passing uh, parts of the two-dimensional array to the function. First, we can pass individual elements to the array of the array. This is exactly same as we pass elements of the one-dimensional array. Next, passing the entire 2D array is one second, to pass a two-dimensional array to the function, we use the array name as the actual parameter, the same we did in the case of the one-dimensional array. However, the parameter is in the called function must indicate that the array has two dimensions. A multi-dimensional array. First we went through one dimension, next we went through two dimension, now it is a multi-dimensional arrays. A multi-dimensional array is an array of arrays. Like we have one index in a single dimensional array, two indexes in two dimensional array. In the same way, we have n indices in an n dimensional array or multi-dimensional array. Conversely, an n-dimensional array is specified using indices. An n-dimensional m1 into m2 into m3 into so on up to mn array is a collection of m1 into m2 into m3 into so on up to mn elements. In a multi-dimensional array, a particular element is specified by using a subscripts as a, 1, 2, 3, the way they have written there. This is a pictorial representation. Next comes the sparse matrix. Sparse matrix is a matrix that has many elements with a value 0. In order to efficiently utilize the memory, specialized algorithms and data structures that take advantage of the sparse structure of the matrix should be used. Otherwise, execution will slow down and the matrix will consume large amounts of memories. There are two types of sparse matrices. In the first type of the sparse matrix, all elements above the main diagonal have a value 0. This type of sparse matrix is also called as the lower triangular matrix. In the lower triangular matrix, ai comma j is equal to 0, where I is less than j. An n into n lower triangular matrix A has one non-zero element in the first row, two non-zero elements in the second row, and likewise n non-zero elements in the. So these are some of the examples. Lower triangular matrix A has one non-zero element in the first row, and here in an upper triangular matrix ai comma j is equal to 0, where I is greater than j. So this brings us to the end of the session. Thank you so much for listening till here. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.